a tremendous amount of credit. You know, it's not easy doing what he's done on a really tough year, 9-23 team, when he's used to winning year in and year out. And I watched him on tape all year long. Great demeanor, great body language, great leader. You know, when you see a kid like that perform at that level, although his team's not winning, it says a lot about Anthony Nelson.
Chuck, we talked the other day on the conference call about what a win would mean for your program here at the MAAC Tournament. You got it. What's it mean for him?
It's just, you know, a good step in the right direction for a bunch of kids who've never won in March. You know, I've got staff members who have won games in March, deep in March, but these guys, they don't know what it feels like, so I can't share my experiences with them. I try to, but unless they feel it and understand it, the conversation is limited. But now we can continue that dialogue and say, hey, didn't it feel good in March to win a game? Let's continue to do that and grow and develop.
It seemed like tonight, whenever they made a run at you, you guys made it past the hump and just extended your lead. How proud are you of not just these guys, but the whole team, the way they never let your team even take one lead?
No, I'm really proud of them because we've been there before. We played well against Siena. We played well against Iona in the second half. We played well against Fairfield a week ago. We just have not been able to get over the hump when teams made runs at us. We have not been able to counter, and we talked about that before the game and at halftime and in timeouts. You know Niagara and Anthony Nelson is going to make a run. You just got to counter it. We've been here before. It's not the first game of the season. We've seen different teams from different conferences. This is your time to really show that you're making progress, and they did.
Coach, a lot of times this year you guys sort of lived on the outside shot. This game you guys set the tone down low, and then the outside shot opened up. Is that the ideal situation for you guys in a game?
Yeah, we didn't want to settle for threes. You know, we knew that they would play zone and try to speed us up and try to get us to take quick early shots. But we talked about and shoot around in practice, don't settle for threes. Get the ball in the paint, attack the gaps, get to the rim. And these guys really, it's got very little to do with me. It's got a lot to do with them. They went out there and really performed at a really high level.
Coach, what was the difference between the game at Niagara a few weeks ago and the game tonight? Was it game plan or just execution?
I thought we did. We had a few more days to prepare for their zone, where a week or two ago it was bang, bang. We played Canisius. It was a quick turnaround. I think we knew what we wanted to do as a staff. We just couldn't really execute it. The 3 days leading to this game allowed us to really spend a lot of time watching film and trying to figure out where can we attack the zone, which I thought we did a great job attacking in the short corners, in the mid post, and in the high post.
Chuck, can you talk a little about how you match up with Fairfield?
You know, it's a tough matchup. I mean, Needham is tough. I mean, they're a really good team. The one thing I will say, I was proud of my guys a week ago. We competed in that game. We were down 6. I think Dorvell Carter got fouled. He had an opportunity to cut it to 4 around the 4-minute mark. So we competed in that game, which hopefully makes these guys feel like, hey, we can play with these guys if we limit mistakes and play within ourselves.
Menelik and Jay, it seemed you guys came out with a great amount of confidence tonight. Can you just talk about the demeanor or the mindset of the team coming in?
We didn't want to go home. We just knew that we had to put everything on the table today if we wanted to play tomorrow. So it's about that to the court today.
Yeah, we got seniors, you know, Corey, you know, we want to go out on a good note, so, you know, we just knew it was something we had to focus on, you know, just playing together as a team. We knew we'd come out with a win.
Jay, over the years, you know, we've seen freshmen come into this tournament and sometimes they get overwhelmed. It seemed like you were really in control and really enjoying yourself out there. How'd you feel with the ball in your hands today?
I just felt like I had to come through to help my team win the game. So whenever I had the ball, I just knew I had to make a play. I look for the open teammates. So.
Along the same lines, Coach, can you talk a little bit about the tangibles Jay sort of brings to the game? Seems to really be around the ball on defense, gets his hand on the ball, blocks some shots, stole the ball, and seems to really lead with sort of verbal leadership on the floor.
You know, it just comes natural to him. You know, we picked up on it early in the season, right before the preseason NIT. There were certain things that took place in practice. I diagrammed a play that we've never practiced before, and Jay just happened to just know it right away and understand the counter, the second and third pass, which is rare for kids at our level, let alone a freshman. And that kind of let us know, like, he has IQ. He understands where he needs to be. He understands how to rotate defensively. And quite honestly, that's why he's been in the starting lineup. He just understands how to play. Now, there's some nights where he's not shooting it great, but he does so many other things that, you know, he's a good player.
Can you talk about the balance just in
I thought, we've had games like this. The difference is we won tonight, but we've had games where we've been really, really balanced. The ball movement that we had tonight, we've had all season long. From the beginning of the season, the Villanova game, to this game. We've had tremendous ball movement. I think sometimes you do really good things and you don't get the results that you want, and people dismiss the 38 minutes or the 35 minutes of good basketball. Now that we were able to go over the hump, people are, they noticed today. But we have been doing this all year long. Great ball movement, sharing the ball, moving the ball, attacking the rim. We just got the win tonight, so puts a spotlight on it, I guess.
Now, towards the end of the game, you wave your arms. You seem really excited. When you go back in the locker room right after the game, before you came here, what was the atmosphere like in the locker room?
We've had some games where we won and games where we lost, and the main thing I always preach to the guys is just stay together. We're a family, and I wish you guys had a chance to get in the locker room, because we are, from the coaching staff to the players, we're one big family. So it's nice to come out with a win, especially in the tournament.
Coach, after winning this game's a big win for you guys, how do you reel everyone back in and say, all right, we have another game tomorrow?
My experience has been, I've won the second and third, and if I've been fortunate to be on a team where you just kept winning. So I want to make sure these guys know, hey, why not? Why can't we do it? There's going to be a team somewhere around the country in some league who's going to do something crazy. Let it be us. Go out there tomorrow, play within yourself, play hard. Someone is going to do something nuts here in the next 7 days. It's March Madness. So let us be the story. Let's lock in, focus, enjoy it for a half hour, and come in tomorrow ready to compete, see if we can steal one on the road against Fairfield.
Coach, between injuries and foul trouble, you play very forward heavy, a lot of points this game. Do you feel like you can do the same thing against Fairfield and their aggressive point guards?
Well, again, one of the things we're going to try to do, because it's such a short period of time, I can't worry too much about Fairfield. I got to worry about my guys and let these guys know what you did tonight was great. I can't be consumed by Fairfield. They're a good team. They won the league. I'm really going to watch. I'm going to watch film tonight, see what they run, if they added some new things. But really, it's about us. Play together, play hard, do some of the things you did tonight. Hopefully it carries over tomorrow. And if we got to make some adjustments throughout the game, we'll try to make them. But really, we just need to concentrate on us and not so much on Fairfield.
Coach, if you just talk about the effort Prescott was able to put out tonight, playing 17 minutes on a bad ankle.
It just shows his ticker, his heart. He was really, really hurting. I mean, he has not practiced at all. I was shocked that he said, hey, put me in the game, because, we're in trouble. Devin Price was out, and Jay did a great job, and Dorvell Carter did a great job. But at some point, you need a ball handler. And I thought Sam Prescott, for him to say, hey, put me in the game, because I can tell he was in pain. He came up, hit a big three, handled the ball for us. I mean, it says a lot about his character and who he is.
With Jay and Menelik, your first match playing such a big game back against the wall, what did it mean to you to come out of that?
It's been a long year, so it's just nice to get a win, and especially against Niagara. Nelson played a great game. It's a shame he went out like that, but we just knew we had to come out and execute and do the things we've been taught, and pretty much just go out and compete, and big things can happen. Like Coach said, it's March Madness. You can win.
It's March Madness. Anything can happen in March. So we just know as long as you keep winning, things can happen. So keep playing hard.
Any questions, guys?